Good morning, everybody. We'll call this meeting of the Community Emergency Services Committee to order. First order of business is invocation. Bow with me, please. Our most high and mighty Lord, your wonders are unending and your mercies are tender. Thank you for all the blessings you give us. Thank you for the protection of our first responders and law enforcement. Protect them in their daily duties. And come abide with us as we consider the matters for the benefit of our county. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. Republic.
Commissioner Allen and I make quorum. We have the minutes from the previous meeting. Entertain a motion to, once you've looked at them, sir.
So moved.
All right, they entered. Mr. Johnston, we have any additions?
I believe we have one presentation, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
To add to the agenda, but other than that, not to my knowledge.
All right. Is it related to anything we have this morning?
I believe the elections board wanted to make a present. Did you want to make a presentation? Okay. So we have one presentation to add. Okay with that, Mr. Chairman?
All right, we can do that ahead of the agenda. Mr. Wiggins, thank you for being here this morning. Please come. Yes.
Thank you for having us this morning. I'm here with Nancy Gay, our Director of Elections, and also Ms. Ann Cushman, who is one of the other board members. I'm Larry Wiggins. I'm currently the Chairman of the Columbia County Board of Elections. And we just went through a rather challenging election. I'm happy to say that we did not make the headlines like DeKalb, Fulton, and Clark County did with voting problems. Our election went smoothly. We had some very minor hiccups, which were corrected almost instantaneously. No complaints. We ended up voting 32,000 of our registered voters, which is a 31% turnout. Considering the coronavirus, all the interruptions, the delays in the actual election, is really not a bad turnout. And we're looking forward to things hopefully going a little smoother in November, that things will be back to normal health-wise, and that we gain some valuable experience with a number of new poll managers and poll workers. But we wanted to specifically thank all the county departments. This could not have been done by our elections office and our election day poll workers. Could not have been done. We need to thank, in particular, Glenn Osteen and the procurement department. We've gotten in over 1,200 pieces of voting equipment that had to be checked in, tested, and deployed for these elections, and stored, by the way, which is no small task. Chad Holton and his team from the maintenance department, they've assisted greatly, especially with the additional warehouse space in Appling for the bulk of our voting equipment. And of course, Tim Holloway from Roads and Bridges, his staff, I don't know how we would get the polling places set up if we did not have Tim and his staff to take the equipment out the night before and then pick it up the day after the election. So all in all, I'd like to report to you that our election was a success. We are learning as we go, as is the Secretary of State's office and the state legislature who made the decision on this equipment. The equipment is fine. It is a little more cumbersome than the old equipment. There's more moving parts, more things to move, but it really, as far as creating the ballot and counting the ballots, it worked pretty much flawlessly. So we want to thank the commission for their support, and of course all the county departments that assist us. I'll probably leave someone out. and if I do, I'll take the blame for that. But basically, anyone, even the IT department who supported us greatly, everyone is appreciated, and we offer our thanks to them. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir, very much. I'm sorry, I left my manners at home. I didn't look far enough back to see our Board of Elections, Mrs. Gay, Mrs. Cushman, and Jarthlin Harris. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the great job that you do. To celebrate the county, we're very proud of that effort, and the no parts included list was $70,000 for our county. In Fulton County, where they do have the problems, that precinct only put out 6 machines, so I think that was by design. Fulton County has a law enforcement budget of $70 million. You'd think they could devote a little bit to that, but we're of course going to be better than that. But thank you very much. We appreciate that. Let's see. Nothing added. Mr. Driver, we have any legal matters? Very nice. Staff reports?
Good morning. I have, for your information, our year-to-date response, the month of May's response, and our budget report. Just
Comments on that,
through
sir?
that real quick, didn't you?
Yes.
So much for stretching this out.
Mr. Allen, do you have any comments?
I have no comments. Keep doing a great job, sir.
Thank you again, Chief, for everything you do. And at 8:36, we will adjourn this meeting.
Well, I'm tired. We need,
Yeah, we just need to
all
swap.
right, give me a couple of minutes. Let's do 2 minutes, 8:38. The usual number. Call to order the proposed Development and Planning Services Committee agenda for Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020. Having already disposed with the invocation and pledge, quorum exists with the 2 commissioners. Approval of previous meeting minutes for May 26th.
Move to consent?
So moved and seconded and accepted. Approval of the agenda. Any changes here?
No changes, Mr. Chairman.
Let's roll. Straight into debate. New business.
Consent, sir. That's what your wish to move to consent?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess so, yes.
Okay, sir.
I apologize. Request the forward to bids is second. I'm sorry, I was confused there. I was waiting for somebody to present it.
Actually gonna present.
Trying to get my mic to turn on.
Oh, okay. I was,
Let us give you a quick run.
yeah, let him make the motion before we move it to consent, please.
We have a bid open.
Motion move consent. We're missing one. We're missing a part.
Please go ahead, sir. Mr. Schlachter, please give the item.
On July 2nd, we'll be opening bids for the new Plaza Park. July 3rd is a county holiday. We have a commission meeting July 7th. This is actually asking for permission to bring that bid directly to commission on debate prior to y'all seeing the results to help us keep our schedule to have the Plaza parking lot and park completed with the same time that the Performing Arts Center is. Staff recommend a move to consent.
At debate.
At debate.
At debate.
But yeah, so, and you had motion moved to consent, so
Yes,
all previous,
Go to debate, sir.
the wipe, so I'll now accept a motion
Yes.
to
Second,
move.
to approve.
I think we know what you guys want to do.
This item's going to debate. Making
going to
sure
debate.
this item's going before the entire commission to debate. We'll move on now and get this ever happen. Next item, development services.
All right, the first item we have is alcohol beverage license for Tumbleweeds Tavern LLC doing business as Backyard Tavern. They have applied for an alcohol beverage license to sell beer, wine, and distilled spirits for an on-premise consumption. They already have the license for beer and wine. They won't add distilled spirits. They've provided all the documentations as well as put a notice on the property. So staff recommends approval at the July 21st Board of Commission meeting.
Move to debate now, Mr. Schlochter.
This could be consent, if you
Move to
choose.
consent.
I will second a move to consent.
Okay,
So moved.
my apologies, sir.
No, actually, you know what? It woke me up, so we're good. Legal matters, got anything this time? Still nothing? All right. Staff reports.
Attached for your review is April's plan review workload measurement monthly report and also the plan review workload measure monthly report. Staff recommends the committee accept these reports as information with no further action required.
Any comments there?
No, sir.
Like we're increasing as it goes on, at least. So we've got May numbers for first report, but the second, the workload measurement is April.
Correct. Plan review is,
Gotcha.
keep in mind that's during the COVID period, so a little uptick was to be expected. That decrease here is May and June.
All right. We'll take all that for information. Development services.
All right, the first report we have is the May 2019-2020 Development Services Monthly Report. Attached is a copy of that report for your recommendations. No further action required. Any questions, I'll be glad to answer those.
Strange year and nothing surprises me.
No, sir.
The next one we have is the May financial report, and a copy of that is attached for your information, and no further action is required on that.
Thank you. If there are no questions, we'll move on to the,
All right, and the last one is the June 2020 temporary alcohol beverage permit. They only had one applicant, one permit issued month of June.
action on this one. So got that as information as well. We'll go ahead. All right. Thank you. Anything further from you? We'll move, any public comments, commissioner comments? Well, we had a lot of fun today. That being the case, we will go ahead and adjourn and get this out. This may be a record for two committees, 13 minutes, we'll see. We are adjourned.
Put everybody out of their misery.
Let's shoot
That
this
was
dog.
humane.
Yeah.